Okay, so for question 6, Johor paper 1, it's a area integrations type of questions where you need to sketch out the graph first. The key of these questions will be you need to know how to sketch out the graph by using the diagram given. So in order to sketch the graph, it will be easier when you understand the equation given. So you notice that the equation given is actually a quadratic equation. When you rearrange in general form, you get it as negative 1 over 6x squared plus 9. And the negative towards that, it will be an n-shaped graph here, clearly seen. And the plus 9 towards that, our y-intercept c would be at negative, and our maximum point will be at c also, because there's no b here. It's just ax squared plus c. So the c would be our maximum point also. So then, so my graphs, I should draw like this. It should be my x-axis, and my y-axis will be on the center. Okay, so my graph should be like this. Enlarge. Okay, this is how my graph looks like. My maximum point will be the center, because again, the quadratic graph, there's no b here. So according to the transformations, the graph does not transform to the left hand side or right hand side. It will be the center, and the y-intercept will be also the maximum point, so it will be a 9. So you notice that 0.5 and plus 8.5, you get a total of 9. So here will be 9. So the height of the floor, for the door, would indicate the y-intercept or the y value. So here would be 9, and here would be 8.5. This line would be 8.5, since that the height is 8.5. So we need to know what's the x-coordinate of b and c in order to integrate these equations in order to find the area. So we need to know the x-coordinate first. The x-coordinate for b and c. So we need to integrate. The upper limit will be the c x-coordinate. The lower limit will be the x-coordinate for the b. So how do we find the x-coordinate? We sub 8.5 into the original equation and we find an x squared. So try it out. So sub y equals to 8.5 equals to 9 minus x squared over 6. And get x squared will be equals to 0.5 times 6 should get 3. And x, you'll get it as square root of 3. So it will be plus minus. So apparently positive will be the coordinate for C, and the negative will be the coordinate for B. So you can know that this part will be positive 3, and this part will be negative 3. And your upper limit will be positive 3, and your lower limit will be negative 3. So after we got the x coordinate, we can do the integration. So we need to integrate in order to get the area. In order to get the area, we need to integrate 9 minus x squared over 6 with respect to dx. So we integrate with respect to x. So we integrate downwards here. So our upper limit will be 3, our lower limit will be negative 3. So start to do your integration. 9x minus x cubed divided by 3 times 6. You get 18. Or you write it out. Sorry. And your upper limit will be 3. Your lower limit will be negative 3. Then sub your value inside. 9 3 minus 3 cubed over 18 minus your lower limit 9 negative cert 3 minus negative cert 3 cube over 80. So sub cert 3 inside, you should get, if you got the latest calculator, yeah, you should get 53 cert 3 over 6. And when you sub negative cert 3 inside, you should get negative 53 over cert 3 over 6. This is in the exact form. You can always express your answer in decimals. That's not a problem. So finally, when you plus it out, you get 53 cert 3 over 3. Or your answer can be 30.60 or 599. So for these questions, only the 3-mark questions. So when you can integrate, you get 1 mark. When you know how to use the limit, they give you 1 mark. And the final answer will give you 1 mark. Okay, so we then continue with 6b. So 6b, also integration question. Curve y equals to gx and a straight line y equals to fx. And it's given that when you integrate gx with the upper limit of h and lower limit of 0, it will be 6. And they want us to shade the region represented by these integrations. So they integrate with respect to x. So h would be here, 0 would be here. So when they integrate, the region should be here, this region. Okay, that's the region for question A. For question B, yeah, you get 1 mark here. For question B, oh sorry, and the shade in your answer part, so I'll shade here. Okay. Then for question B, find the area in terms of M for the region bounded by y-axis, y equals to gx and y equals to fx. So we need to find the area. Let me erase it out. So y-axis will be here. This would be my y-axis. Y equals to fx, and also y equals to gx, my curve. So the area will be here, this area. They want first to find this area. So this area would be the total area minus out the 6, which is the area under the gx graph. This will be gx and this will be fx. So the area under the fx graph minus the area under the gx graph. Since they did not give you the equation for the straight line, you can't do integrations, but you will notice that it's actually a trapezium. So in order to find the area of trapezium, this trapezium, you need some informations. You need the height, which is 2m, this height also, which is m, and also this part will be h. But they just want in terms of m. Okay, no problem. So we're trying to find out the value of h first. So what can we use? Maybe the concept of gradient, because since that they are located on the same straight line. So the concept of gradient the gradient would be negative y-intercept over x-intercept. Negative y-intercept is 2m over x-intercept will be 8. Will be similar to these gradients correspond to any y-intercept or x-intercept. So just do it with x-intercept. So y2 minus y1, this will be 0 and 8. So y2 minus y1 m minus 8 over h minus 0. And to solve these questions, you eventually get h will be equals to 4. Okay, so once you got the value of h, so you can put 4 here, and you can now find your area of trapezium and minus out the 6, which is this part under the gx graph, and to get the area bounded. So for question B, the area of trapezium will be 1 over 2. Then the summations of the two parallel line, which is 2m plus m, times the height, which is 4, which is the h, which is 4, minus out 6. Then you get 2 times 3m minus 6, and then eventually you get 6m minus 6. So you got 1 mark when you know how to use the area of trapezium minus out the 6, and you get final mark for 6m minus 6, including you know h equals to 4, okay, by using the concept of gradient. So I just move this down. So that's all for question 6. So that's the solutions for question 6. Okay.